This is R.D. Sharma Solution, Chapter 2 Functions, MCQ, Multiple Choice Questions. Question number 7. Let A and then A is equal to B. Then the mapping is also given from F from A to B. And this is given by fx equals x into mod x. So what is the mapping given? Because fx equals x into mod x. This is the mapping being given. So there are 4 options. The set A is x belongs to R, minus 1 and 1, x is in between minus 1 and 1. So the answer is C, which is bijective, that is injective but not surjective, surjective but not injective, bijective and none of these. So answer is bijective. So how does it come? So in order to get bijective, we have to check for injectivity and then we'll check for the surjectivity. What do we do for injectivity? Because fx is x into mod x. So let me write the set also, because A is equal to B. There are 2 sets and A is given by, this is x belongs to R and this is real number, and x is in between negative 1 and 1. This is negative 1 and 1. So one by one let us check, because there will be certain cases that will be formed. I'll show it to you here only. So if we assume fx equal to fy and we get x equals y, that is, it will be injective 1 to 1. This already we have seen. So what is this is the criteria. So we take the element, 2 element x and y in domain A. So fx is what? X into mod x. And what will be fy? Y into mod y. So we have certain cases. The first case is x and y. Let us take both of them as positive number. Next time we'll take both as negative. Then we'll take x as positive and y as negative. So these are the 3 cases. Or one more case, x is negative and y is positive. That will be same as third case. So when you do this, x and y, they are positive. So you will get x and y, x square equals y square, x equals y. So this is okay. Negative, when it is negative, so x negative, y negative, because mod x will give you negative x, y mod y will give you negative y. So minus minus gets cancelled. Again, as case 1, same scenario, x equals y. Coming to the third one, one is positive, one is negative. We'll use the contradictory approach here. So x is positive and y is negative, that means x and y cannot be equal. For example, if you have 2 and the other is negative 2, they both are same but the signs are different, so they are not same. So x is positive, y is negative. Fourth case also, you can say that y is positive, x is negative. So both the cases we are taking into one case. Case number 3. Same thing, same way we are going to deal. So we have x mod x, this is positive. Because mod x is positive, so you get x into x. And y and mod y is negative, so you get negative y. So fx equals fy was the criteria. But here, because x is not equal to y, fx not equal to y is the criteria for the same 1 to 1. I am saying if we say fx equals fy and then we prove x equals y, that is what we want to do. But here we started with x not equal to y and we proved that fx is not equal to fy. So these are the same way of, same approach, okay. So you have this as, in the injectivity it is coming. So this is very clear that this is 1 to 1. Now coming to surjectivity. What do we do? Surjectivity. For every y there has to be some x. Means every y on the second set should have a pre-image. This is what we do here. But since we have the A and B both are given and the domain of value is also given, negative 1 to 1. So we'll try to divide this into 2 parts. Case 1 and case 2. So this x is varying between negative 1 and 1. So let us divide this. So first case, we assume y to be greater than 0. This is a number line. So y is greater than 0, that is y is lying between 0 and 1. Since 1 is inclusive, we say y is between 0 and 1, 1 is inclusive. So y is greater than 0 and less than equal to 1. So this is the first case. Why I am doing this? Because the condition is already given. X and y, they are between -1 and 1. So y equals fx. X into mod x is fx. So x into mod x. See, y is between 0 and 1. It will always be positive. So this will not be negative. X into mod x will never be negative. So it has to be greater than 0. And when it is possible, mod x should be, this mod x is also positive, x is also positive, so x is positive. So mod x is x here. We are saying x is greater than 0. So this is basically plus x. So fx equals y. Now x into mod x equals y. I am saying mod x is plus x. So you have x square equals y. X is equal to under root y. So for every value of y, you have a proper x. For every value of y, you have a proper x. This is case 1. Now coming to case 2. This case. We have taken from 0 to 1. Now let us start from -1 till 0. So this is the condition we are talking about. Y is in between -1 and 1. So y equals fx, x into mod x. Now since y is negative, so mod x has to be negative. Means when you take out a value out of this mod, it has to be negative. Right? So mod x will be negative. Now we'll again use this fx equals y. Same scenario we are going to do. Fx equals y. So x into mod x is equal to y. Since mod x is negative, it is negative. So you have to have mod x as negative x equals y. And negative x square will be equal to y. X will be equal to minus y. Okay. So why don't we, this is a problem. Under root minus y. So this goes to a complex number. No, it doesn't go. How? Because negative y, we are saying that this negative y, it is negative, and we already are saying y is between -1 and 0. Y is negative because any value between -1 and 0 is negative. So you have y as negative, and since there is already a sign negative, it will make it as a positive. Minus into negative, y is a negative value. So minus minus becomes plus. So this is again, every value of y is going to give you a proper value of x. Okay. So this is also proved. Same as case 1, case 2 is also proved. For every value of y, you will get certain value, proper value of x. Any value of x. So answer is C, F is bijection. Question number 8 here. So we have question number 8. Let f is from R to R, real number to real number is given by, and fx is given by, this is a greatest integer function. These square brackets are representing the greatest integer function. What does it mean? This is a greatest integer function. This means the floor function. We are talking about a floor function. That is a number which is less than or equal to x. If value is say 1.5, it is lying between 2 and 1. It will always give you an integral value which is the lower value, which is 1. If you even give you 1.7, 1.4, 1.9, it will always give you 1 value. So then fx is, the question is asking about fx is. So many 1 and onto, many 1 and into, 1 and into, and 1 and onto. So the answer is many 1 and into. How? How this has come? So the answer is many 1 and into. So I'll just prove it. How do we get it? Most of the time this greatest integer function will give you this type of scenario only. Many to 1. Many to 1 means there are various x values for which you get a single mapping y value. Different x values will give you map you to these single y value. Multiple x value points to single y value. Okay. So for two different values of x, we get the same value of x. Same thing I'm saying. So let me prove it with an example. I will take 1.1, 1.2, 1.5, 1.7. Any value you take, you will always get a 1 value. But here is an expression. We are not just talking about x. We are talking about an expression, which is x square plus x plus 1 minus 3. So how do we prove it for an expression? So let us take x as 1.2 and 1.1. What do you get? 1.2 square. X we are taking as 1.2. 1.2 plus 1 and then minus 3. 1.2 whole square is 1.44. and 1.2 plus 1 is 2.2 minus 3. Now 1.44, if you put 1.44 or any other number between 2 and 1, you will get always 1 integral value. How about 2.2? 2.2 is between 3 and 2. So what do you get? 2. Lower value. Floor function it is. Minus 3. So what do you get? 3. So 1.1 you give. Here also. 1.2 you give. 1.3, 1.7, 1.9, 1.95, 1.83. Anything you give, you get a 0 here. So there are multiple values of x which is pointing to a single value of y. Okay. So this is not a 1 to 1. This is many to 1. How about into? See, every time whenever you use this greatest integer function, it will always cut down or trim the decimal value. 1.44 will give you 1. 1.2 will give you 1 because it has truncated 0.2 and 0.44. That is, the question is saying that the range is the real number. What is the codomain? Codomain will always give you an integral number. Codomain and range, they are not equal. Because question is saying range is real number, but we are proving it to be only integers. So it is not onto. Therefore it is into. Codomain and range, where they are not equal, that is, it is into. When to one I told you, into is this, because codomain and range are not equal. Only integer will come. Question number 9 it is. Let M be the set of all 2 cross 2 matrix or matrices with entries from the set R of real number. Then the function f from M to R defined by fa equals. This is, see, the sign is of mod, but it is not mod. It is basically the determinant for every A belongs to M is. This is a matrix. Matrix is all about rows and columns. Or we can say a pattern formation in a tabular form. The answer is D. The answer is D. Onto but not 1 1. How do we do it? How do we prove it? Because M is all about 2 by 2 matrix. So let us take, because the question is from M to R. So we are taking A, B, C, D. You can take any, you can take some other, say T1, T2, T3, T4. A, B, C, D we have taken just to make it as a 2 by 2 cross matrix. And this A, B, C, D we have taken as from real number. And the question is saying FA equals, I'm saying it as a mod, but it is not a mod. It is basically the determinant. FA equals the determinant of A. So this determinant, because I'm saying the answer is D, how do I get into this? Because first of all, we'll prove that this is not 1 to 1. 1 to 1 means what? Every x value should have a unique y value, or you can say every unique value of y should correspond to a pre-image which is a unique x. Got it? I hope you got the idea. Okay. So let us prove it that it is not 1 to 1. We will take some random values. To be very precise, we will take very simple values. So simple value will be more efficient here. And you can vary it also while you are actually answering it in your copy or examination. Because I am trying to say that 1 1 will not be there. So we do it here. Random values, as I said, just take first value as 0 0 0 0. It is not always 0 0, but it is quite easy to prove. So that is why we are taking 0 0 0 0. A, B, C, D I have taken as 0 0 0 0. Let us just change one value to 1. Means 1 0 0 0. And determinant is what? Multiply these two, 0 into 0. And then subtract it from these two multiplication. 0 into 0, 0. So you get a 0 here. Here also 1 into 0 is going to be 0. And 0 into 0 will be 0. So 0 minus 0 is 0. So what do you get? For different value, which is a value inside f, you are getting a different value. Means for different value of x, you are getting the same value of y, which is 0. See, injectivity means 1 to 1, so it is not 1 to 1. Coming to surjectivity. Surjectivity is y equals fx. That is, for every value of y, you get a x value, unique x value, that is a pre-image of the first set. So we'll use the definition of determinant here. So I am putting fx as ABCD because fx is, or fa, or this is ABCD. This is going to be y because fx equals y. Now let us multiply it. Means take the determinant. ABCD equals y. So a into d, as I just told you earlier, a into d minus b into c equals y. Now what do you see here? A, B, C, D are a real number. So you'll get a proper value. Means y will have, for every value of a, d, b, c, you'll get a proper value of y, or you can say for every y, you have a proper value on the left hand side. So you get onto. Onto, it is not 1, 1, but it is onto. The answer is D. Question number 10 we are taking. The function f is 0 to infinity. Please remember, we just don't start the question. First, if you are going for some examination or preparing for your term end, you have to see that what all is given in the question, because this question is all about what I write here. F is from 0 to infinity. Okay, and this is given by, because this is from 0 to infinity to R. So you can see that codomain is real number, and fx is given by x plus 1. So this answer of this question is B. B is 1, 1 but not onto. So 1, 1, what do we do? Fx equals fy. If we assume it to be true, x has to be equal to y. Fx is equal to y, x has to be equal to y. Can we prove this? Yes, we can, because we have already done this type of question. Because here we are assuming fx equal to fy. Fx and fx is already given, x by x plus 1. So what do we do? X by x plus, this is our fx. What is our fy? Y by y plus 1. Now just cross multiply it and just rearrange it. It is already being done multiple times, so I just show you on the left hand side. You see x will be equal to y. That is very clear that f is 1 into 1. So injectivity is proved. Now coming to surjectivity. So y equals fx. For every value of y, there has to be a pre-image, that is x. Y equals fx. What is fx? X by x plus 1. So let us rearrange. Multiply the cross multiplication yx into y equals x. Now take x terms on one side. So yx minus x equals minus y. Now let us just multiply both sides by -1. We don't want negative like this. So x, I'm just multiplying both sides by -1. Okay, so this negative y on the right hand side will be positive y. X into 1 minus y will be y. X will be equal to y by 1 minus y. Now what do you see here? The codomain is real number, but here if you take all the real number, what will happen to this y if you put just 1 as, I'm putting y as 1. What will happen? 1 is a real number. So if I put 1, it will be undefined. That is, the codomain of R is not matching the range, because range is all the real number except 1. You cannot have a 1 here in this case. Or if you don't change the negative sign, it will be -1. I'm just saying -1 because I've changed the sign, but if you don't change the sign, it will be R minus -1. If you change the sign, it will be R minus 1. So the codomain is all the real number. Range is not equal to codomain, so that is why it is not onto. The question 11. So the range of the function fx is equal to 7 minus x px minus 3. So this is a question pertaining to permutation. So you need to know about the permutation and combination, all these, then only you will be able to solve. We write a permutation as NPR. NPR is nothing but factorial n by factorial n minus r. This is how we compute it. So there are certain conditions which this NPR or NCR has to follow. What are the conditions? we'll use this condition in order to prove what we have given. First is n has to be greater than 0, r should be greater than equal to 0, and the n should be greater than equal to r. If NPR is your permutation, these three conditions should be met. So in place of n, write as 7 minus x. In place of r, write x minus 3. So 7 minus x is greater than 0. From here you get x is less than 7. Then x minus 3 has to be greater than equal to 0. From here you get x should be greater than equal to 3. And then this third one, 7 minus x greater than equal to x minus 3. What do you get here? You get xx you can take on one side, 3 on the other side, 2x is less than equal to 10. Divide both sides by 2, you get x should be less than equal to 5. So you have three conditions here. X less than 7, x greater than equal to 3, x less than equal to 5. So better is to make a number line. So this is x has to be less than 7, 7 is not included. X should be greater than equal to 3, so 3 is included. So in your values, 3 will be included. X should be less than equal to 5. So 5 is also included. 5 is included. You have 3, 4 and 5. So these 3, 4, 5, these are the values we are interested in. 3, 4, 5. Now let us take the range. We'll put x as 3, then 4, then 5. So let us put x as 3 first. So you get 7 minus 3, p 3 minus 3. Now I am putting x as 4. So 7 minus 4, p 4 minus 3. Third one is 5. So 7 minus 5, p 7 minus 5, p 5 minus 3. In place of x, I am putting 3, 4 and 5. So these are the three possible values. What do you get here? 4p0. Here you get 3p1. Here you get 2p2. Okay. Now, I already told you how to compute NPR. NPR is all about factorial n by factorial n minus r. So I'll take one of these, 3p1. Computation will be factorial 3 by factorial 3 minus 1, that is 2. So you get factorial 3 by factorial 3 minus 1. I just applied this formula, you can say. So factorial 3 by factorial 2, 3 into factorial 2 by factorial 2 get cancel, you only get 3. So this is how you get 3. Other also you can find out. Basically it will be 1, 3, 2. So just rearrange 1, 2, 3. The answer is D. Question number 12 here. The function f from the set of natural number to integers defined by. So fn is there. Don't worry about fn or fx. They are already same. So f is from n to z. F is from the natural number to integer. So n is natural number, z is the integer. So this is defined as fn. If n is odd, it will be defined by n minus 1 by 2. If n is even, it is defined by minus n by 2. N is odd, n minus 1 by 2. N is even, minus n by 2. Okay. So the options are given, but let me tell you the answer. Answer is D. D is a 1, 1 and onto both. How do we get 1, 1 and onto both? So let us take step by step. So there will be multiple cases as we did in the previous questions. So in order to take the injectivity, it has to be 1 to 1. Surjectivity, every y should have a pre-image x. And there will be even odd. Okay, so you are bound to make cases. So x and y. First time we will assume x as even and y as even. Case 2 will be x and y. X is odd and y is odd. Case 3 will be x is even and y is odd. So these are the multiple ways the cases will be made. I'll show it to you here only. When x and y both are even, fx equals fy. When fx equals fy, both are even. So we are only going to put minus n by 2. That is x by 2. So fx is minus x by 2, fy will be equal to, in place of n, just replace x and y. Minus x by 2 and minus y by 2. 2 gets cancelled, negative gets cancelled, x will be equal to y. For the first case, they are same. Second case, x and y are both odd. Now here you are going to take n minus 1 by 2 because the condition is odd. So you have x minus 1 by 2 and you have y minus 1 by 2. 2 gets cancelled. You can add plus 1 on both sides. You get x into y. Both x and y, even, odd, both the cases are going to give you the proper 1-to-1 scenario. Now third, we'll do it by contradiction. X is even, y is odd. There will be one more situation. Y is even, x is odd. Both we are combining together. So first time x is even, minus x by 2, fy will be, because y is odd, so y minus 1 by 2. So we can clearly see that x is not equal to y because x is even, y is odd. They cannot be equal. Minus 2 example, you remember. Now, when x and y are not equal, this fx and fy is also not equal. I am saying x and y, one is even, one is odd. They cannot be equal. One will be 2, so other will be 5. X is not equal to y. When x is not equal to y, then here, if you see by observation, we can easily see that fx should not be equal to y. So this is a contradiction, and by contradiction, this is also 1-to-1. So all these cases have proved that this is, all the cases f is 1-to-1. First, case 1 and case 2 directly. Case 3 we proved by contradiction. 1-to-1. Injectivity proved. Coming to the surjectivity. So how to go about surjectivity? Let me just clear it. Okay. So in the question it is clearly given that the codomain is f is was from n to z. The codomain, this z, is integers. What do we mean by integers? 1, 2, 3, negative 1, 2, 3 along with 0. There will be no fractional value or decimal value. These are integers. This is your whole codomain. But what about the range? You have to use these values 0, 1, 2, 3, all these values. Okay. And then we'll use the criteria, which is when n is odd and when n is even. And then we'll try to formulate a series. So when we use 0, 0 is even, so 0 by 2. 1 is odd, so we'll use 1 minus 1 by 2. So every time whenever even is there, we'll use minus n by 2. Whenever odd is there, we'll use n minus 1 by 2 and we'll use the natural number for this. Right? And natural number, the z will come as, see here 0 will come twice, negative 1 will come twice, 1 will come twice. So this will be repeated, these numbers will be repeated. But in a set, multiple number cannot be there. It will be replaced by only one number. 0, 0 will be 0, negative 1 will be negative 1, 1 will be 1. Okay. So when we make a set, what do we get? 0, negative 1, 1, 1 here, 2 here, like this. I missed the 2. So this is also a z. This is a z. So the codomain, which was initially being given as z, the range is also the z. The range is also z. So codomain and range are same. Codomain range are same. That means it is onto. Answer is 1, 1 and onto both. This is question number 13. Let f be an injective map with domain x, y, z and range 1 to 3 such that exactly one of the following statements is correct and the remaining are false. So first, it is clearly being said there is a mapping. The domain is clearly given, the range is clearly given. It is, domain is x, y, z and the range is 1, 2, 3. So there will be matching from 1 to 1. Right? Okay. Exactly one of the following statement is true, the remaining are false. One time only one can be true, other will have to be false. Right? So this is fx equals 1, fy not equal to 1 and fz not equal to 2. I hope you got the idea. These three exactly, one has to be true, other has to be false. So we have to find f inverse 1. So we will take the cases. 1 is okay, 2 are not okay every time. So we'll take step by step. We'll take 3 cases. The case 1. The case 1 is, let us assume the first one is true. fx is equal to 1. This is true. When fx is 1, fy not equal to 1 and fz not equal to 2 has to be false. This is true, these both are false. So let us make them true. Fy is equal to 1 and fz equals to 2. This is your true version. What does it mean? Fx is also giving you 1. Fy is also giving you 1. This is also giving you 1. This is also giving you 1. So x and y, they both are having the same image. That is, it is not 1 to 1. This is the fact saying 1 to 1, not 1 to 1. X and y both are giving you value 1. Okay. So the answer is B. The answer is B here. But we'll go to that in just a bit. Case 2 is what? Case 2 is saying, we are saying the second one is true. So the first and third has to be false. So fy is not equal to 1. This is to be true. So the other both has to be false. So fx equals 1 and fz not equal to 2. They need to be false. So let us make them true. So fx should not be equal to 1 and fz should be equal to 2. What do you get? So fz is okay, it is giving you a proper value. But fx is also not 1, fy is also not 1. So 1 is not having a pre-image. Fx not equal to 1, fy not equal to 1, f2 is 2. So 1 is not having any pre-image because f2 cannot be there. F2 has 2. X and y, they are not both giving 1. So this contradicts the range is 1 to 3. The range is not 1 to 3 here. Because 1, 1, 2 is the range. 3 and 2 may be the range. 1 is not there. Now coming to case 3. Assume fz is not equal to 2. Fz is not equal to 2. Assume it to be true. So other has to be false. So fx equals 1. This is false. And fz not equal to 2.5. Let us make them true. So fx not equal to 1 and fy equals 1. So fx not equal to 1, fz not equal to 2. So fy has to be 1. Let us take this one. Fy equals 1. Why I am taking this? Because this will give you our answer. Fy equals 1, y is equal to f inverse 1. So we have to find out f inverse 1 and we already got it here. So the answer is B. F inverse 1 is y. Okay, this question we are going to take in the next discussion. Till then, thank you so much. Take care of yourself.